Writing your first research paper can be a daunting task, but it can also be one of the most rewarding experiences of your degree. This Libcast will walk you through the process. By the end of this short tutorial, you should have a better idea of how to approach your paper. The Libcast is divided into two parts. Part 1 discusses the first 4 steps of the research paper process. Part 2 discusses the last 4. Let's begin Part 1. There are 2 types of research papers. The analytical paper looks back and evaluates previous research in order to provide new perspective on an issue. The argumentative paper takes a stand with a fresh idea and backs up its claims with facts and evidence. What will your paper be? If you don't have a set opinion on your topic, it might be better to do an analytical paper. If you have a theory you think you can prove, then the argumentative paper is the one for you. The process is the same for both types of papers, so let's begin. Step 1. Choose a topic. Maybe there is a list of topics for you to choose from, or maybe it's been left up to you to invent your own. In both cases, read the assignment carefully, and don't be afraid to talk to your professor about your ideas. Choose a broad topic, and then get an overview of your topic. Use the reference collection at Killam, or read up on it in your textbook. This will get the ideas flowing. It's helpful to draw a mind map. This will aid you in narrowing your topic so that you can begin to form a thesis. As you choose your topic, you should begin to develop your thesis, but it doesn't have to be set in stone. As you begin researching, you may find that you want to change it. You may even find yourself altering your thesis when you're into the writing phase. Your thesis statement will vary depending on whether you are writing an argumentative or analytical paper. An argumentative thesis makes a statement and the paper proves it. An analytical thesis sets the reader up for the research by asking a question. The paper provides a possible answer. Step 2. Now it's time to prove your points. Start researching. I'm sure you've already heard this, but start researching early. The assignment calculator will help you estimate when you should begin your assignment. It's available from the library's website. Research comes from sources, and sources can come in all shapes, sizes, and varieties. Your professor will expect you to use academic resources and not just websites. Get acquainted with the library's book and journal collection by accessing the library's website or taking a tour of the building. There are Libcasts that help you find resources. You can use books, interviews, journal articles, serials, websites, and more for your research paper, so long as you have interpreted and evaluated the source. Bringing us to our next step, Step 3, Evaluating Sources. Using bad sources means your paper won't be professional. Luckily, it's easy to evaluate sources if you know what you're looking for. Here's a few ways to evaluate sources. The structure. In books, read the table of contents and skim the introduction. In articles, read the abstract and take a look at the conclusion paragraph. How do these sources support your thesis? The purpose. Look for biases. What organization is the source representing? Would this affect the paper's conclusions? The audience. Look at how broad or narrow the intended audience is. This can be deduced from the source's vocabulary and tone. Consider how the intended audience may affect the source's purpose. The author. A good way to evaluate the author's authority is to check what else has been published by him or her. The more presence they have in the scholarly community, the more authoritative their viewpoints will be. If you'd like more information about how to search for and evaluate sources, there are many helpful tutorials available on the Libcast webpage. As you read through the sources you've gathered, take notes. Copy down information that supports your thesis, even if you end up duplicating notes. The more sources that support your idea, the stronger it will come across. Copy down information that contradicts your thesis too. Acknowledging opposing views is a good way to have a balanced, unbiased paper. As you take notes, I can't emphasize enough how important it is to also keep an ongoing bibliography. This will save tons of time later and will ensure that your paper doesn't plagiarize. A fantastic tool to help with this finicky task is called RefWorks. RefWorks is an online citation tracker. It's connected to many databases and can create bibliographies in any style. For more information, there's also a Libcast about RefWorks available on the Libcast webpage. We're already at Step 4. Build an outline. The outline is the skeleton of your paper. It should map out the main ideas that you will use to prove your thesis. Outlines also help you organize your research into a logical form. Here's one way to create an outline. Brainstorm. List the ideas you want to include. Organize. Group the related ideas together. Order. Make sections and subsections. And label. Label the different sections. This concludes part 1 of this tutorial. You can go back to the LibCast webpage to watch part 2, where you'll learn about the last 4 steps of writing a research paper: drafting, revising, proofreading, and references.